Welcome to Entertainment with Les. Hollywood seems to be becoming tired of supporting challenging actors more and more each day. Even started shutting the door in their faces. We're going to be counting down the real reason Hollywood won't cast Jennifer Lopez anymore. And don't forget to head over to IO for some more of the latest content. Number 10, allegations of racism. Ben Affleck and Jennifer exchanged vows in a secret ceremony in Las Vegas. And shortly after decided to hold a larger ceremony this time. They decided to hold their celebration at Ben's 87-acre estate, which is located close to Savannah, Georgia. However, this decision and location drew criticism that shouldn't be disregarded. The huge house is how the family refers to it. The house was bought by Ben in 2003. And the Oyster House contains 3 different residences: the Greek Revival-style house and the summer house. Every aspect of the house, from the plaster moldings to the heart of the pine floors, is historically authentic, according to the listing agent. Nonetheless, it appears that due to its historical accuracy, fans are put in a quandary. Social media users started criticizing the couple for holding their celebration in a plantation building type that is, of course, associated with some fairly terrible history. To make matters worse, Ben and Jen were aware of the troubling news regarding his ancestors' past. One claimed that after being asked, Ben apologized 7 years later. Discovering your origins on PBS concealed information about his ancestor who owned a plantation. Apparently, this even resulted in PBS shelving. Several viewers of the show were left wondering why the couple would pick this house for their wedding and why they own it. Despite discovering his ancestry and being aware of some of his ancestors' sad past, many people found it in the first place. Intended to draw attention to some troubling practices, such as neglecting the ominous past of some of the structures. Even though the house isn't accurate in time. A plantation manager is said to have owned the land on the property. This is purportedly a graveyard without markers. Most people presume that Jennifer knew about this before she decided to have her wedding there. But this hasn't given many of Mouse's admirers a positive impression of the couple's sense of humor. Number 9, insult other actresses in public. When a movie line reporter showed up at Jennifer Lopez's house in 1998 to conduct an interview, he was met with a scenario that he described as being planned and intentional. J-Lo was getting her business done while getting a massage, all the while being treated by a variety of staff personnel. During the interview, she started taking jabs at a few of her competitors, as if she felt the urge to let go. When questioned about the actresses of whom she thought, she said that the Romeo and Juliet actress Claire Danes was in competition with her for roles. She does, despite the fact that they collaborate on Oliver Stone's neo-noir crime set, as she does with every character. Thriller U-Turn Lopez continued by saying, she never really liked Winona Ryder, a 2-time Oscar nominee. She also attacked Gwyneth Paltrow, the following year's Best Actress Academy Award winner, by asking, "Tell me." Jennifer continued by telling the reporter everything she had previously revealed in the controversial interview. "I don't recall anything, I swear to God. Some people become hot by association, and she was one of them. More about her and Brad Pitt have I heard than I ever have about her work." Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you like it so far and to subscribe to the channel. Number 8, awful acting. Jennifer Lopez has undoubtedly had some successful movies in the past. But lately, supporters have been divided and confused. If she simply lost her edge after being passed over for the Best Supporting Actress nomination for the film. Fans of 2020's Hustlers used social media to share. Wendy Williams, a television presenter, concurred with their ideas. "Let me tell you something, Jen," she said, only to be entirely ignored. "You were intentionally targeted for theft by people who are envious of you." Nonetheless, some fans merely disagreed, speculating that a fan at the time said her performance was to blame for the fact that she received no nominations. Despite appearing in 36 movies, she hasn't received an Oscar. The reason for this is likely that none of them are good. No one wants to tell her, they continued. The movie Hustlers was dreadful, and other viewers seemed to agree that her acting was terribly one-dimensional. That Jennifer might have lost some of her glitter. When asked what people thought of Jennifer Lopez on Reddit, one user replied, "She brought solid work for a few films, But she had promise and has fallen victim to the fame game. She is no longer a rare talent or a sensation. Even continued to add. Things have a habit of working themselves out harshly, and she can fade with people paying her very little attention. Statements that are true. Do you think Jennifer's acting days are over, though? Number 7. During another Movie Line interview, attacks musicians. Jennifer also shared her thoughts on Madonna, a fellow pop icon, when she asserted that Madonna excelled at the former. However, by stating not so excellent at the later. I believe she is a fantastic performer. Yes, I believe she is a terrific actress, but I don't do acting. So when I say, oh, I can do that, I can act, I'm harsher on others. Hey, don't spit on my work, I say. Lopez has not simply disparaged the Queen of Pop, though, as there have been numerous rumors claiming Drake and JLo's brief romance in 2016 was insignificant. However, a publicity ploy. But Rihanna, who over the years had a somewhat tumultuous connection with the Canadian rapper, is a factor. Lopez was unfollowed on Instagram following her appearance in a photo with the Grammy winner. It seems to imply that there was some genuine Lopez connection. Subsequently disclosed that she and Drake were collaborating on a single. But Drake found out the hard way after she dissed him that working with J-Lo doesn't always turn out good. Drake declared to the audience that he was nothing during a live performance in Las Vegas. Nevertheless, a late-night call for her makes us all question why he won't once again bring a nice girl home to his mother. Number 6. Inappropriate remarks. For some controversial remarks she made about her Super Bowl halftime show in 2020, Jennifer Lopez came under fire. J.Lo and Shakira collaborated on the halftime show for a memorable performance. The concert garnered a lot of appreciation from the stars despite only having 6 minutes of performances per time. However, after Jen's documentary break came out addressing some of the show's challenges, several fans toned down their earlier enthusiasm. Jen not only branded the entire situation as the worst idea ever, yet she had some quite clear opinions regarding a political matter. It appears that she and her organizers weren't on the same page at the time of her performance. Children were seated inside cross-legged all around her. Many came to the idea that it was a lighted cage. These glowing cages were made to resemble the cages used to hold immigrant children in American detention facilities, contrary to what you may have assumed. How could this be a bad thing when this is a subject that needs to be discussed more widely? However, it was her remarks made later that really infuriated the crowd. It appears that the NFL was less inclined to include this incident at all. It prompted J-Lo to engage in a combative phone conversation with the show's producers, which her documentary revealed. I'm trying to give you something with substance, not simply standing here trembling or effing, she claimed. I want something real, she continued, not just buds and effing belly dance. I'm looking for something statement-making. Shortly after the film's premiere, a particular line regarding belly dance spread over Twitter. In a recent documentary, J-Lo equated belly dancing to just shaking your, one Twitter user commented. Yet she claimed that Shakira's music and her style of dance were not culturally appropriate. They continued by stating that this follows and that it is pertinent enough to be displayed on stage. She claimed she wasn't pleased to perform on the same stage as Shakira. She is rude, angry, and mistaken. Others even charged that she had an ethnocentric viewpoint, where she thinks her culture is better than other cultures. Another user on social media commented on this belly. It is extremely ethnocentric and even a touch racist to dance in a Middle Eastern culture that has no substance. Number 5. Co-stars are now going bonkers. Many actresses have expressed the opinion that Jennifer Lopez pushes the envelope a little too far on set, and Cameron Diaz is specifically listed as one of those people. Cameron was referred to as a lucky model who has been given many opportunities to the point by Jennifer as she continued to make fun of her career in the movie industry. She wished Cameron had used her ability more creatively. When the two actresses were both selected for the 2012 movie What to Do, it is said that Jennifer's critical evaluation of Cameron's professional path caused some awkwardness between the two. Sources would then disclose that when you expect them to. Cameron allegedly revealed the pop diva was a nightmare to deal with, as she even said to Jen, when Lopez and the Tron set just couldn't get along. She ought to continue working her regular job, singing as an insider and on American Idol. Even stated that Jennifer insisted on eating at specific times regardless of the circumstances. She would even take a break from her work to ask her assistant to bring her a tiny protein in a vegetable-based lunch. Details of their feud quickly became a hot topic after they were revealed in Star magazine after a source told the publication that the co-stars purposefully avoided one another, which drove Cameron insane. They barely exchange any words. Yet, when they do, the tenseness is palpable and Jennifer simply acts like. Yet Cameron doesn't really exist. Critics started to claim when both actresses denied the rip while marketing the film. In the end, everything was just planned. Number 4. The stealing of music from her acting career to her music career. She seemed to be dogged by controversy as time went on. Jen has been charged for stealing tunes from other well-known musicians in order to increase her income. Her songs gained popularity more quickly in 2005. Rebirth, JLo's fourth studio album, was just released. Yet, it appears to have earned some rather disparate assessments. At the time, the song Get Right received a lot of favorable reviews. Usher, a singer, was reportedly furious and accusatory. When Jen accused him of utilizing his music, he answered, "I detest it. Therefore, I had better obtain a portion of the publication rights if I wanted to use it on my record." Nonetheless, I didn't anticipate JLo to accept it as Usher had offered. It was true that his song with the title Ride was available for listening as evidence. Not only that, but she also recently re-recorded a song he wrote. Jen, however, was also charged with stealing Ashanti's voice for her own song. She affirmed at the time, "I'm real. Regardless of the industry, you should always be careful about whom you give credit to. Giving credit is really crucial for you." Fortunately, she was credited in the end. But it still doesn't look good. Number 3. Makes absurd demands to writers who most major musicians send prior to a gig when negotiating with a location or group. But if the rumors about Jennifer Lopez are accurate, she has reportedly made some outrageous diva demands over the past few years, according to Huffington Post. Over 60 million people watched the launch of the Indian Premier 2020 cricket competition on television in 2013, and JLo was scheduled to perform there. Woman reportedly lost the job when IPL executives learned of that, though. She wanted an own plane that could fit many hotel rooms. Jennifer's stylists, handlers, and the company as a whole were all astonished to even mention that they didn't want to play nice with her. And it appears that a pit bull will take her place. When compared to the impossible requests, those demands are nothing. She created in advance of her 2010 Global Music Awards medley performance. According to The Mirror, the singer allegedly asked for a custom-fitted speedboat, a set of diamond-encrusted headphones, and a helicopter to be on standby. Even requested that, as well as the sound of the boat's motor. To make sure she got the entire floor of a hotel to herself. Privacy was such a big issue, but she isn't bothered. She even had a section of beach roped off just for her. Number 2, Jem appears to have been accused of treating her problems with staff. During a sharing frenzy among fans, the employees actually behaved fairly poorly. During one of their awkward interactions with Jen, a woman said the celebrity was nasty to her drivers. The TikTok user reported that Jen used to recruit and provide drivers for her from a company that her father had worked for, but that Jen no longer permits. They weren't spared from Jen's reprimands, though. She also told the drivers to look at her, even if they were looking in the rearview mirror. Yet due to her diva tendencies, she insisted that her luggage never touched the ground. She said that because of the horrific stories he had heard, her father would not drive for JLo. JLo has reportedly been referred to as a diva before. But it does seem a little severe to be unable to even look someone in the eye. Number 1, we have 2 today, each full of herself. There are 2 kinds of confidence, arrogance and confidence, and Jennifer Lopez has left. For years, there was a perilous tightrope between the 2 groups. When asked why she was a hot property in Hollywood at the time, the diva previously admitted in an interview with Movie Line that she herself is an A-list superstar. She responded with an extraordinarily modest statement, "Since I'm the best, I believe I can do anything, any kind of rule," after which I have no fear, and this kind of candor is something new. Yet, if you put too much stock in your own abilities and self-confidence, it will eventually wear on your nerves. Both viewers and colleagues Lopez then asserted having a phenomenon known as the superstar glow. Despite the fact that 1998 was a successful year for the actress, not everyone at the time of her career saw it that way. Yet in 2003, when she won the Golden Raspberry Award for Worst Actress Ever, she undoubtedly lost the favor of reviewers. Since it appears that her career has experienced a lot of ups and downs. That's all we got for you. It becomes worse anytime the performer allowed herself to become enamored with fame. Guys, today let us know what you think of J-Lo in the comments below. Thanks for watching.